Hello students of class 12, once again we are here with a new video, and in this video we are going to discuss about the topic laws of photoelectric emission, and the chapter is dual nature of radiation and matter. In the previous video we had discussed so many terms related to this topic like threshold frequency, work function, and Einstein photoelectric equation, and there are 4 graphs also, the laws related to these topics. So what is the laws of photoelectric emission? For a given substance there is a minimum value of frequency of incident light called threshold frequency, below which no photoelectric emission is possible howsoever the intensity of incident light may be. So as you had seen in the experiment, we had discussed that till the frequency is not reached at which the electron takes place, the electron will not emit from the metal surface. So for the particular substance the frequency required is different. So a given substance, for a given substance there is a minimum value of the frequency required, and that frequency is called threshold frequency, below which no photoelectric emission takes place until that frequency reached. This is the first law. The second law is the number of photoelectron emitted per second is directly proportional to the intensity of incident light provided the frequency is above the threshold frequency. Means the number of photoelectrons which are emitted, they are proportional to the intensity of incident light for the particular frequency. If you change the frequency, the things should be changed. But for the particular frequency, if you are changing the intensity, means if you are bringing the light closer to the metal substance, then the number of photoelectron emitted increases. And this we have seen in the graph that we are getting a straight line between the photoelectric current and intensity of light. So this is the second law, that number of photoelectron emitted per second is directly proportional to the intensity of incident light provided the frequency is above the threshold frequency. Means the frequency should be more than threshold frequency, and for the particular frequency if you are changing the intensity of light, the number of photoelectron increases. The third law is the maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectron is directly proportional to the frequency provided the frequency is above the threshold frequency. Means above the threshold frequency, if the light is falling on the metal surface, so the maximum kinetic energy of photoelectron is proportional to the frequency. If you increase the frequency, the energy of photon also increases by the relation E is equal to h nu, and so the energy of the emitted electron also increases. So this is the third law, that maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectrons is directly proportional to the frequency provided the frequency above the threshold frequency. The fourth law is the maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectron is independent of the intensity of the incident light. Means the kinetic energy will not change if you are changing the intensity. If you bringing the source of light closer to the metal surface, then it will not increase the kinetic energy of the photoelectron. The kinetic energy of the photoelectron will depend or will increase only when you increase the frequency of the light. So it is independent of the intensity. The next law is the process of photoelectric emission is instantaneous. It is very important. That is, as soon as the photon of suitable frequency falls on the substance, it emits photoelectron. There is no time gap, there is no time interval on the falling of the photon and emitting of the electron. As soon as the photon is hitted the electron, at the same time the electron will emit from the surface. And the photoelectric emission is 1:1, that is, for every photon of suitable frequency, only one electron will be emitted. Suppose that the work function of the metal is 10.2 electron volt and the photon is of 5.1 electron volt. So it doesn't mean that two photon will meet and they will make the combined energy 10.2 electron volt and they can take out the one electron. Only one photon can transfer its whole energy to the single electron, and single electron will emit with help of only energy which is given by the photon, one photon. Means two photon or more than one photon cannot emit the electron from the metal surface. These are the laws of photoelectric emission. You have to learn it very clearly, and these laws are also asked in examination, and it is also the part of the competitive exam. So it is very important to learn all the laws of photoelectric emission. The next we have discussed also the Einstein photoelectric equation. Einstein photoelectric equation is when a photon of energy of h nu falls on the metal surface, the energy of photon is absorbed by electron and it is used in two ways. One part of the energy is used to overcome the surface barrier and come out the metal surface. This part of energy is called work function. It is earlier discussed also, and the work function is denoted by phi. It is equal to h nu naught. Nu naught is the threshold frequency. The second part, the remaining part of the energy is used in giving a velocity to the emitted photoelectron, and this is equal to the maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectron, half mv square maximum, where m is the mass of photoelectron. Now, according to law of conservation of energy, the total energy of photon is divided into two parts. H nu is equal to phi plus half mv square maximum, and h nu naught, we can replace the phi with h nu naught. So h nu is equal to h nu naught plus half mv square, or we can say half mv square maximum is equal to h nu minus nu naught. This is the Einstein photoelectric equation. So we can verify the laws of photoelectric emission on the basis of this Einstein equation. So half mv square maximum is equal to h nu minus nu naught. So the first, if nu is less than nu naught, means the frequency is less than threshold frequency. So what will happen? If the frequency which is falling on the frequency of light which is falling on the metal surface is less than threshold frequency, then with the help of equation you can see that half mv square maximum is negative, and which is impossible. Therefore, for the photoelectric emission to take place, mu should be greater than nu naught, means the frequency of light must be more than threshold frequency. Then only the electron will emit. The second, since one photon emit one electron, so number of photoelectron emitted per second is directly proportional to the intensity of incident light. The third is, it is clear that half mv square maximum is proportional to nu, as h and nu naught are constant. This shows that kinetic energy of photoelectron is directly proportional to the frequency of the incident light. And fourth is, photoelectric emission is due to collision between the photon and electron. As such, there cannot be any significant time lag between the incident of photon and emission of photoelectron. Means as soon as the photon hit the electron will emit immediately if the energy is sufficient to overcome the barrier, means threshold frequency, threshold or work function. That is, the process is instantaneous. It is found that the delay is only of 10 to the power minus 8 second. Now, what are the application of photoelectric effect? There are so many applications. You had seen the automatic fire alarm, automatic burglar alarm, scanner in television transmission, reproduction of sound in cinema film, in paper industry to measure the thickness of the paper, to locate flaws or holes in the finished goods, in astronomy to find the opacity of the solid and liquid, and automatic switching of street lights also to control the temperature of furnace. These are the application of photoelectric effect, and we will discuss in the coming videos. There are 2 or 3 topics which is in your syllabus, so we will discuss the application of photoelectric effect. Now, what is photon? Let us understand the properties of photon. So photon is a packet of bundle of energy. Energy of photon is E is equal to h nu, or we can say nu is c by lambda. So we can say E is equal to hc by lambda, where h is Planck constant, nu is the frequency of radiation of photon or photon, c is the speed of light, and lambda is the wavelength. So this is the energy of a single photon which it carries, and it can be found with the help of this relation h nu, and nu can be replaced by c by lambda, where c is the speed of light and lambda is the wavelength of light used. Now, what are the properties of photon? A photon travels at the speed of light in vacuum, that is 3 into 10 power minus 8 meter per second. It has zero rest mass, that is photon cannot exist at rest. The third is kinetic mass of the photon is m is equal to E by c square, or we can say h by c lambda. And the fourth is the momentum of a photon is p is equal to h by c, or we can say h by lambda. The photon travel in a straight line. The sixth is energy of photon depend on frequency of the photon. So the energy of photon does not change when the photon travel from one medium to another, because frequency never change. So energy of photon depend on frequency, and if you change the frequency, if you change the color of light, then the energy of that photon also changes. The next is wavelength of the photon changes in different media. So velocity of the photon is different in different media. The seventh is photons are electrically neutral. The ninth is photons may show diffraction under given condition. And 10th is photons are not deviated by magnetic and electrical field. So these are the properties of photon, and we had discussed about this photoelectric effect. Again, we are going to revise the phenomena of emission of electron from mainly metal surface exposed to light energy, and like X-rays, gamma rays, ultraviolet rays, visible light, and even infrared rays of suitable frequency is known as photoelectric effect. The electrons emitted by this effect are called photoelectron, and the current constituted by photoelectron is known as photoelectric current. And this is the diagram which shows that how the photoelectron takes place to emit from the surface. So this is all about this video. We had discussed laws of photoelectric emission and properties of photon. These are the main content of this video. Watch this video, go to NCERT, go to your reference, and make your notes. If you are feeling any problem in any concept, then call on my number. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you.